y'all, welcome back to my channel. Be for real, I am Britt. So if you are new, please be sure to subscribe. Make sure you turn those notifications on so you do not miss a beat. So February is typically the month where a lot of people start to fall off with their fitness and their weight loss goals, me included, and we are not having that this year. We are staying on track. We are not playing any games. So I will be placing a lot of mindful vegan recipes on my channel. I'll still have comfort options as well, but I'll list or label the thumbnail as well as the video is either comfort or mindful, so that you guys know exactly what type of recipe it is, so that it helps everybody stay on track. Okay, so just to give you guys a heads up, but we have some vegan mason jar salads today. These are perfect for on the go, for work lunches. They keep in the fridge for 3 to 4 days. You can put whatever you want in them, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a couple of my favorites today, and we are going to go ahead and hop right into the video. So first things first, we will be getting started with a jerk mushroom Caesar salad. Yes, sure, I am showing off. Okay, so I will be using the king oyster mushrooms. You can use whatever mushroom you want, it's up to you. I just like the king oyster mushrooms because it gives a meaty like texture, so I actually prefer using these over anything. Here I'm just tossing in some ginger as well as some green onion. I'm also going to season this up with some poultry seasoning, some smoked paprika. Keep in mind, there will be a full list of the ingredients in the description box below. But we got onion powder, garlic powder. This is the jerk seasoning that I'm using. You can use whatever jerk seasoning you like. If you want to make your own, whatever floats your boat. I add a little bit of salt, just a little bit. And then we are going to take this jerk seasoning sauce and hot. That's what's going to give us our kick. And I'm just going to be drizzling just a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to go ahead and flick my wrist all up on this. Get this nice and combined. Make sure no mushroom is left behind. You want to make sure everything is well coated and evenly distributed. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and set this aside and get our veggies all chopped up. And keep in mind, it is your world. You could put together your mason jar however you see fit, okay? Get creative. You know, do your favorite salad. You know, make it your own. So here I'm just going ahead and chopping up some romaine lettuce. I'm also going to chop up a little bit of spinach here. And keep in mind, my measurements will be different from yours, so it all depends on what size mason jar you use. Okay, so I'll also be chopping up some red cabbage as well as some red pepper. I'm just going to go ahead and slice that thinly. And I got some cherry tomatoes as well. I'm just going to go ahead and cut these in half just like that. So now that our veggies are chopped and ready to go, we are going to go ahead and cook down our mushrooms. Now, if you would like to have this raw, you can. I prefer to have it cooked. So I'm just placing this in a pan with just the mushroom and its juices. And we're placing this in a pan over a medium-high heat. I'm just going to let this cook down for about 5 minutes. So for my mason jar, I will be using a quart-size mason jar. You can, of course, use a smaller size. I didn't realize how big it was until I started picking the food. And by that time, I was in too deep. So it is what it is. Here I will be using the Just Caesar brand for the dressing. You can, of course, use whatever dressing you like, or you can make your own. It's up to you. I used about 2 tablespoons. It looks like more because the veggies are going to push it up, but it is just 2 tablespoons, so don't be alarmed. Okay, don't come for me in the comments. I claps back. Okay, not really. I really don't. But here I'm just assembling the mason jar. You want to put the crunchy, firm veggies at the bottom. You want to put the veggies that will not soak up the dressing at the very bottom. That's what's going to sit in the dressing. So your onions, your tomatoes, your peppers, those are the veggies that you can go ahead and sit in your dressing. And then as you build towards the top, you want to put the more fragile ingredients at the top. So then that's when we have our red cabbage, we have our jerk mushrooms I'm stuffing in here, and the lettuce will go at the very top. Because as we all know, lettuce will wilt. And if it is at the top, it will never touch the dressing. And you know, just tricks to the trade. And boom, we have our jerk Caesar salad mason jar ready to go. So moving right along, it will be our quinoa taco salad up next. So I will have a full list of the ingredients in the description box below. I was playing around with this vinaigrette and I kind of ended up getting it to the way I want, but I will have the exact measurements in the description box below, so be sure to check that out so you guys can get the deets on this vinaigrette that I made. You know what I'm saying? You know, your girl was showing off. So for this, I'm just going to be chopping up some tomato. We're going to dice that up. So today we are seasoning up our quinoa for the culture. It will be no plain quinoa today. So I'm just going to be placing some garlic powder, chili powder, smoked paprika, cumin. We got a little bit of salt. I got some agave just because I ran out of maple syrup. A little bit of olive oil and a pinch of some lime. Fancy, right? So flick wrist on this. Combine, boom, moving on. So I will also be slicing up some red onion, and keep in mind you could put whatever you want into your mason jar salads. It is your world, boo. We are just living in it, okay? So I'm just going to slice up these red onions, and then we're going to assemble our salad. I'm just going to place same thing, 2 tablespoons of our dressing. I'm going to use some black beans. We're going to get our diced tomatoes up in there. So going to be throwing in those sliced red onion, a little bit of corn, well, a little bit of cilantro, you know, just to, you know, bring it all together for the whole taco thing. And then we're going to add in our quinoa, our nice spiced flavorful quinoa. I'm going to go ahead and top this off with our lettuce, of course, and boom, okay, quinoa taco salad. And last but not least will be our peanut noodle salad. I will be using these organic soba noodles. You can use whatever noodles you prefer. I like soba for my peanut noodles. You might like linguine. I mean, it's all up to you. So here I'm just going to be making the peanut sauce. I want to be using about 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. This is the peanut butter I'm choosing to use. It only has peanuts in it. Okay, let's get into that. Here I'm just going to be adding in some water to help thin this out. And I'm going to be adding in a couple of tablespoons of some rice vinegar. Here I'm also just adding in some sesame oil, a little bit of low sodium soy sauce. You can use coconut or liquid amino. You also added in a little bit of agave, some apple cider vinegar, and I'm adding in about 2 teaspoons of some chili garlic paste to give it a nice little kick. And I'm going to go ahead and flick my wrist all over that until I get this nice creamy consistency, and that's it, and that's all. So here I'm just going to be getting my veggies prepared. I'm going to be slicing up some cucumber. I'm just going to take a peeler and peel the cucumber. You could go ahead and slice your cucumber up however you want. This is just how I chose to do it. I like it this way. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but ain't nothing wrong with just chopping it regularly either, okay? So you can of course buy some shredded carrots, but I chose to cut my carrots up. Yes, it was time consuming, but I did it anyway. So it's your preference. So the rest is self-explanatory as I've done with the salads previously. I'm just going to add our 2 tablespoons of the dressing right up in there. Then we're going to go ahead and add in our crunchy veggies, which is our carrots. Then we're going to get our cucumbers in there. Then we're going to get our red cabbage in there. I did use the rest of my cooked quinoa just because I didn't want it to go to waste. And I probably wasn't going to eat it no time soon with all these salads I done prepped. Somebody got to eat them. And it got to be me. So I'm going to add the rest of the quinoa. Then we're going to top it off with our soba noodles that we cooked. And boom, you have a peanut noodle salad. Quick, easy, simple, and ready to go. Now, let me tell you, if you never had a peanut noodle salad before, it bang. Don't knock it until you try it, okay? I wouldn't steer you wrong. So just, you know, step out your comfort zone just this once for me. Do it for me. So it is the following day, and I just wanted to show you guys how I eat the salad. It's pretty self-explanatory. I do shake it up a little bit just to get that dressing moving around. I'm just going to take my fork and go ahead and pull the ingredients out. Now, if it look like I'm struggling a little bit, like don't try to play me. I got a couple muscles. It's just the lettuce was really packed in there. Like, I did a good job. That's what that means. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place all of the ingredients into the bowl. It's assembled perfectly because the lettuce comes out first and everything falls right on top. So that is it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. As always, y'all know I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see y'all in my next video.